I am Jennifer Harrison, and I'm so proud to be a social worker, a faculty member, and the interim director of Western Michigan University School of Social Work. The 2019-2020 year is the 50th anniversary of our School of Social Work. We are proud of that history and what it brings to our present and our future. In 1968, as today, the world was experiencing social change at a rapid rate. Social workers were energizing and active in that process. Western Michigan University was no exception, as university leaders decided that the undergraduate social work major located within the Department of Sociology needed to have an additional graduate program. After a year of planning, the Western Michigan University School of Social Work opened with an exciting address by fellow social worker and national justice leader Whitney Young Jr. Dr. Young's address was a fitting start to the School of Social Work, whose vision is to provide a learner-centered school that develops social work leaders to impact social, economic, and environmental justice through excellence in research and practice. In the early years of the school, faculty and staff, our stacklety, and students established a bedrock of community practice and involvement that would shape our school for the years to come. Students and faculty were engaged in protests in the 1970s to fight for a more economically, socially, and environmentally just world in Southwest Michigan and beyond. In 1974, the school began the Journal of Sociology and Social Welfare to develop a venue for peer-reviewed research and scholarship to inform social welfare practice and policy throughout the nation. Faculty member Dr. Don Cooney, along with colleagues and students, successfully advocated for Western Michigan University's divestment in apartheid South Africa in 1981.
That was so exciting for so many reasons, because we were able to join in an international struggle and unite with the key organizations in the country that were at the forefront of that struggle. And we actually were the 6th university in the country to agree to break all economic ties with South Africa, and eventually 111 did.
In 1995, Western Michigan University's Unified Clinics opened, and the School of Social Work has served in behavioral health clinics and centers to this day. Our commitment went well beyond our communities and clients and to our students as well. We expanded and innovated in response to the needs of the social work profession and our students in Southwest Michigan. We added an advanced standing MSW program to shorten the time to graduation for students with a BSW background. We added 2 new sites to our School of Social Work. In 1979, we added our Grand Rapids site, specifically designed to meet the needs of working adults to access social work education.
The Grand Rapids campus is specifically focused on adult learners, so folks who are busy with caregiving and family and jobs, and so the program really was tailored to meet the needs of working and caregiving adults, having classes in the evening so that they could balance their educational goals with their other responsibilities.
In 2004, we added our Southwest site in Benton Harbor to expand access to our school to both urban and rural communities in Southwest Michigan and Northern Indiana. Other noteworthy firsts for the School of Social Work are that we hosted the first computer lab at Western Michigan University, offered the first online course at our university, and were among the first to offer a part-time or extended study graduate program. This program option, unusual for its time, expanded the accessibility of graduate education and social work to adult learners, many of whom are already in our field providing critical social and human services. The impact of the School of Social Work has continued, with faculty innovations to respond to our community needs. Part of this has been the establishment of innovative centers for research, teaching, and practice. Dr. Jim Henry and interprofessional colleagues established the nationally recognized Children's Trauma Assessment Center in 1999, providing trauma assessment and trauma-informed training and care to thousands of children, caregivers, and child welfare workers. Dr. and Director Early Washington established robust connections with historically Black colleges and universities in the mid-2000s. Dr. Yvonne Unruh established the Seed of Scholars program and the Center for Fostering Success to develop best practices for youth with foster care backgrounds in their college and career readiness. Our faculty continue to innovate in providing social work and addressing the most relevant social, economic, and environmental justice needs now. Our trauma specialization and trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy training programs began by Drs. Karen Van Duzen and Enika Way in 2015, currently offer 17 courses and a specialization. This specialization was recognized as the leading MSW trauma training program in the nation in 2019. Our other specialization in school social work prepares students for certification and work in schools with youth and families. In response to the needs to expand our behavioral health workforce and address the opioid use disorder crisis, Dr. Bridget Weller and myself, along with colleagues, began 2 programs, iPeer and MyProud. These programs provide interprofessional training, supervision, and stipends for graduate students and peer support partners. The work of our faculty is contagious, as students learn not only from their courses, but from the research, service, and field opportunities that are part of their experience at the School of Social Work, and they don't wait until they graduate for that impact to begin. Students in Social Work 6620 with Dr. Miwara Diakonu began a Luggage for Love project to assure that children in emergency foster care have luggage for their belongings. In Benton Harbor, students and faculty member Marion Triplett are finding innovative ways to collaborate in rural and remote communities by partnering with local libraries to embed social work services.
We are partners with the Niles District Library as the lead library in a social work in rural small libraries project where Niles District Library hired a social worker who serves as our field instructor and social services manager for the library, and she supervises students, bachelor level and master level students, to learn how to deliver social service types of responses to patrons and the community at large.
In our 50th year alone, 5 students received grant funding for their initiatives. MSW students Angelica Ron and Johnny Anderson received a grant for their project, Reduce, Reuse, Recycle, Regalia, to make graduation gowns and caps reusable and affordable for graduates. MSW students Elise Lang and Emma Tervonen received a grant for their project, Products for Menstrual Sustainability, or PMS, to make available 1,000 sustainable menstrual cups, and education and awareness, as well as to reduce the stigma about period poverty available to our students. MSW student Levi Soto received grants within Van Buren Intermediate School District and El Sol Elementary to create wellness teams in rural schools and bilingual literacy programs for school children. During the COVID-19 pandemic, our students and field instructors worked tirelessly to assure access to health, food, and economic resources, and to dismantle systemic racism and white supremacy and the disproportionate impacts it has on Black, Indigenous, and people of color within our communities. The impact of our students does not stop upon their graduation from the School of Social Work. 94% of our students are engaged in a job in their field or have plans to begin future graduate education within 3 months of graduation. Our graduates are leading social work practice within our communities. As the Directors of Family and Children's Services, Integrated Services of Kalamazoo, Area Agency on Aging, and the Kalamazoo Community Foundation, our alum are leading social justice and service organizations around the region and state. MSW alum Bella Honaki was recently appointed by the White House to serve on the United States Advisory Council on Human Trafficking. Tom McNally, another MSW alum, was awarded the National Association of Social Workers Social Worker of the Year Award, and current students had the opportunity to meet him at NASW's Lead Day conference. The impact of Western Michigan University's School of Social Work is not limited to the United States, but felt across the globe. Students and faculty have developed domestic and international courses in Chicago, Charleston, Puerto Rico, Guatemala, Spain, the Netherlands, and India. Students are serving in field placements in Ireland, Costa Rica, and Tanzania. The Social Justice and Sustainability in India course was awarded the Innovation and Study Abroad Award by the New York Times in 2018. Even as we celebrate our first 50 years at Western Michigan University School of Social Work and recognize the impact of equipping thousands of social workers to work for justice through social action, we are envisioning the next 50 years. This will involve the partnerships we have and will build between our students, staff, faculty, alum, social workers, and other community partners. These partnerships may begin in Southwest Michigan, but they will ripple around the world. This legacy is yours to carry on. Join us in our mission to work together in respectful, inclusive, and empowering ways towards social justice and personal well-being for all. Together, we are the Western Michigan University School of Social Work. We are proud of our profession and ready for the work that is yet to be done.